Does Trey Lance still have time to win the job, in your opinion? I think he
Man,
does.
yeah,
Let me play this out.
yeah. Go ahead.
Let's say Jimmy Garoppolo gets the first two series against the Raiders and plays like Jimmy Garoppolo. And then Trey Lance comes in and continues that streak that he had at the end of the last game and looks not just explosive, but competent and lights out. I think it's over. I think that's enough.
Okay, let me go conspiracy theorist on you for a second. So, what if they're laying out this scenario that they're both going to play so that it doesn't look weird to us when in game 3, when they're going through their dress rehearsal, that they're both getting burned because they really are trying to figure out who the quarterback's going to be? Right. So
Absolutely, yeah.
everybody's going to say, well, this is normal. This is what they said was going to happen. So
Right.
taking them in and out of the game is not going to be something that anybody will raise an eyebrow at because this is what we're expecting.
Right.
When reality is they're not going to do that in the regular season, but they really legitimately need 1 week to figure out who is going to be the starter of this team. So yes, I would say absolutely it's still the door is cracked, but to your point, Trey Lance really has to come in and take it because Garoppolo has not done that. But it's almost like a
Oh,
championship fight, right?
yeah.
You're a boxing fan, so you
Yeah.
know this. In order to beat the champion, you got to beat the champion.
That's true.
You cannot
Yeah.
go to a judge's close split decision. You're never
Right.
going to win that.
Yep.
And Garoppolo, whether he's earned it or not, if Garoppolo was brought in from another franchise and they were competing, Lance would be given the job.
Agree.
But
That's why
because
I
he is,
referenced the situation in Chicago earlier. Like they're
yes,
dumb for what they're
yes,
doing. This is more complicated. Sorry to cut you off.
right, you're right, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. So if it was a scenario like that, Trey Lance would be starting. But
Yeah.
because Jimmy has kind of won over this team and they went to a Super Bowl with him,
Yep.
you have to rip it from his hands. And he last
And
week was
Trey
his
has been
chance to do that.
inconsistent too. So if
Right.
Trey could just have that one lights out game, that one lights out week, yep, it would be there. But then today in practice, he's 12 for 16. Great. But the one of the four misses is high over the middle intercepted, and you're like, okay, well, now you have an issue like Jimmy has an issue, and it's like, well, now I still see where Shanahan's coming from. Like
Yep.
you haven't quite proven it yet, but it's just a Wednesday practice. That's what practice is for, as Jimmy Garoppolo likes to say. It's all this Raider game is huge, huge. I think.
I agree with you, and I would say that the chances, at least to me, it sounds like the chances are slim, but I think that there's still a slight opportunity that it could happen. And again, going the conspiracy theory route, if it looks funny, if they don't say anything about them both playing, and both of these guys end up getting half the series with that first team in that first half, people are going to raise an eyebrow at that. But now you've kind of hedged your bet and set that in motion, like, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're just practicing what we plan on doing in the regular season. Nobody's going to think twice about it. And they're really evaluating who their starting quarterback should be right here in front of our eyes this final preseason week.
Yeah, yep. And I think what Kyle Shanahan is dealing with here is that a lot of maybe players on the team feel that Jimmy Garoppolo shouldn't get benched for anything he did in training camp or
Right.
preseason. It's like
Right.
it's a vet. This guy has won a lot of games. He's won playoff games, and you're gonna bench him for a kid who has a great skill set but hasn't been lights out in camp. Maybe some people feel like, man, I got a problem with. I just feel like maybe you can't get 100% of people behind that. And we've seen it
No.
on Twitter. You can get maybe 50% of Niners Twitter behind that, Niner fans. But you can't get 100%. And as a head coach, you're trying to find some type of something that you can rally around. So if neither if neither guy gives you that, then what do you do? So I guess Lance, even if he lights it up against the Raiders, they still may have to do this thing just for Kittle, for use check. Hey, look, see it in your own. This is a real game.
Yep.
This is your guy floundering. This is the new guy giving you life. Accept it. See it for yourself. Maybe that could be what's going on here. So maybe Lance can't really win it before week 1, but he could win it during week 1. I mean, that's what Deshaun Watson did, right? I mean,
Yeah.
pretty soon all your your hopes and dreams go out the window, and you're in survival mode. And you see one guy's going to take you to the victory, one guy won't, and it's like, well, we're with him now. Sorry, Jimmy. We'll hit you up in the offseason. We love you, dude. I think that could happen, but there's a lot of people in denial right now, including people on the Niners.
Yeah, there definitely is. And, I think that I don't get the fascination with Jimmy. Like, what is it? I've never seen an overpaid mediocre player get so much love. from a fan base in my entire life. Like, you've literally got the future sitting right here, waiting to take this team for the next 15 years.
Yeah, that's the cure. That's the key, though. You said the future. Jimmy's old. He's the old style quarterback, the pocket passer. He's old style, and I feel like a lot of people feel like, no, that's how it is. That's how you have to win, and the rest of the league is saying, no, that skill set doesn't really get it done anymore. You need this skill set, and I think some people are, resistant to change. But at the same time, when you talk about offensive football, it's always about staying one step ahead of the evolution, and that's why Kyle Shanahan has Trey Lance. It's why Sean Payton has Taysom Hill. It's why Bill Belichick has Cam Newton. They all see where the league is going.
Right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that. And unless you are overly precise, you're an extremely quick decision maker, you can be mobile in the pocket. Like, all the things
unless
that
you're
Jimmy
Tom Brady
aren't,
or Peyton Manning, you
Right.
can definitely win
Right.
multiple. But otherwise,
and even Mac Jones is kind of show. I mean, it's very
see how
early,
many
right?
Super Bowl he wins.
But he's
Yeah,
showing
was
he
good.
can kind of do these
he was
things.
good. But let's see
So-
how many Super Bowls he wins. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
rare,
not
and he's
many.
pretty much looking like the best pocket quarterback to come out of college since Matt Ryan. I mean, like, pocket only quarterback.